Let's see how our tournament champion Arjun went through all his rounds. In the first round, he was facing Pranav Sandosh, and Arjun was white. E4, E6, D4, D5. So I'll breeze through the opening part and we'll look closely at where the game changes. So it was a French defense by Pranav. Take the opening of the month. And then Arjun goes for C4. Bishop out, takes. I would never suggest black to take on C4. That only helps white. Back, bishop b4, knight c3, castles, knight e2. So Arjun misplayed a little bit, I think, because if he had to go to e2, then maybe slightly not that great. But okay, knight f, knight c3, c6, castles, bishop g4. Now you can play f3. Yeah, just f3. F3 and then you can play bishop f2, right? It's a nice position for white. That is the benefit of playing knight e2. But he goes knight e4. Wait, what? Oh, he's attacking the knight, the pin. But now, can black go g5 and knight takes like g5, takes, and then back? Is black okay? I think so. He goes bishop takes, queen, bishop takes back. Queen takes would have dropped a pawn, I guess. D4 pawn hangs. So bishop takes. D4 pawn still hangs, but after knight, actually you can play queen takes, isn't it? He plays queen takes, knight takes, breaking open the pawn structure. But now Arjun should not exchange queens. He exchanges. Then black is a pawn up, not a clean pawn. Oh, he gets back the pawn. Sorry. So white get. Oh, sorry. White doesn't get back the pawn because the bishop is hanging. So it's basically a pawn up for Pranav. Pranav can just go f5 here and then c5, and his position is great, isn't it? Yep. He went f5, but f5 is a mistake according to him. Why is it a mistake? Bishop f6, bishop c5. What was the right move here then? What should black have played? King g7. Okay. Getting the king up, defending. F5 looks more natural for me. Bishop f6, bishop c5. I would have played c5, I believe. Just keep that knight planted there. If ever white takes and there's a pass pawn on d4. Bishop c5, rook c1, bishop b6. This is much more safe also. Knight b3, rook moves, knight c5. Knight c5 is a blunder because not. Oh, action along here. Is that dangerous? Okay, you can the pawn hangs first of all, which he can't do anything about anyway, right? Wait, what? Arjun made something big here. What was that? Yeah, just bishop f5. No? Why did he not play bishop f5? Bishop f5 and then rook g3. Just winning. I don't know why he missed. Oh, he went for a piece. Okay, he thought he's getting a piece, but the knight a4 is there. Okay, our opponent didn't see it. There was still knight a4, which would have kept him in the game. Yeah, Pranav should have seen knight a4, but he didn't. Saved the rook, but lost the piece. Just b4. What is Arjun doing? Just b4. Okay, he wants rook c4, but what's the point? Just b4. Rook d8 takes. He saves. He's playing too carefully here, I think. But yeah, rook check wouldn't really help. Okay, bishop e4, g3, and the rook is gone. So now it's just an easy game to win. Oh yeah, he gets another rook with that tactic. Pawn and gives checkmate. That was the first round. Second round, he was facing Ambi. E4, E5, knight out, the Biko piano, Joko piano, as people say. D6, it's a very quiet Joko piano. Castles, rook e1, knight a4. So this is one way of playing it from the black side or white side. Just exchanging of that bishop, the strong bishop. Takes, knight back. B4 was a threat. So knight back, bishop e3, takes king. It's a quiet position. F5. Okay. All right. So Arjun goes for F5, opening up his rook. Knight E4. Takes. So what should white have done here? Just take, I suppose. Yeah, just take, and take. This is what white should have done. Because allowing F4 seemed too much. Yeah, allowing this F4 move, like after F5, knight E4 allows F4. No, it's a beautiful position then after that. It takes. Okay. Why is F4 not good enough? Why is F4 not good? Okay, it's okay. I would definitely have played f4 here and then just scoop over the queen to the king side and then pieces. Okay, f takes, pawn takes, now bishop e6, queen d3. It's a blunder because now knight b4 comes, isn't it? Yep. Oh, or just takes and okay, what was the correct move here? Rook f3. Oof. Why rook f3? Because the pawn has to take back and then queen h4, I guess. Okay, it's really hard to see. It's very risky also if it doesn't work out. It goes with this, and then king h8. It was a check. Rook moves. Rook f4. Rook e1, queen f6. Yeah, it's all perfect, but rook should have stayed back. The queen should have gone out first, and then rook f7, rook f8. Okay, he goes there. Hmm. Now, how will he continue? Definitely, the knight has to switch across, I suppose. Just develop slowly, and then knight e7, move the queen, or just h5, h4, or just play h5 and kill that knight. Basically. Okay, rook h4, attacking the pawn. King moves. Now, how to continue? Is queen g3 possible? d5. What is that about? What's the point of that? Okay, the pawn can't take, first of all, because queen will be gone. But can the queen take? What's the big deal? What did Arjun do here? He just played d5. Okay, I guess he wanted rook d8 and after queen moves rook d2. It's not that simple, is it? Okay, rook d8, queen moves to b3, rook d2, but just rook g1. Okay. It looked scary for white. That's why Asmi didn't take, I suppose. Oh, she took with the pawn. Oh my god. That's a huge blunder. Not expected at this level. You can't play like this and have good results. Did she play it fast? Not even fast. She just played after thinking, but she took. And there goes the queen. Yep. Now Arjun just got the rook in. Another rook in. Just rook d8, I suppose. Okay. Queen f4, threatening mate, but then check. And then just bring the other rook also in just for good measure. Threatening mate. Okay, you didn't see that. Took and then played queen check, rook check, and mate. We found a mate there. Third round, day one, third round, he was facing Asmi. Arjun was white, e4, e5. Knight out, knight out, bishop out. Again, the Joko piano, a very quiet Joko piano. And here also he plays the same way. But Asmi has copied him so far. Takes, takes, bishop back, takes, take. Okay, c takes. That's a silly move. That's silly because the pawns are just broken. It's not good. When you take with the a pawn, like here black has done, the pawns are together. Rook up, rook file is open. But yeah, he plays like this. That's bad for him. And f4 takes, takes. Okay, here also you can see the playing style is very similar. He goes for f4 move. Takes, takes, queen e7, queen f3, takes. Yeah, here he missed a pawn. So takes and he cannot take back. Rook g4, king h8. Okay, here the things are a little bit tricky for Asmi because now queen is about to come to g3 and everything. Bishop h is an immediate threat. Here she should have played bishop e6. Bring that bishop back. Don't leave it hanging. Bring it back. If the rook wants to stay on this file, he has to go to g3. And then you can play king h8, I believe. She went king h8, queen g3, and now what should she do? Is f6 okay? Maybe f6 is okay. Let's see what the queen f6 also I like. Queen e5 or f6. Okay, f6 is the best. Or queen e5. So she played knight f6. That is a big mistake. Why did she allow the rook to be taken? Rook take. Okay, she wanted knight h5. Hmm. She wanted knight h5. Okay. Arjun went for this. What is a move that queen g6? Oh wow. That's so hard to find. Basically, Asmi went for this believing it's winning for her. It looks winning, right? She's upper. No, she's not upper pawn, but she's getting an exchange. Or a full rook, basically. Bishop d4. Oh yeah, this was the move she missed, I believe. But even here, f6 is possible, no? What's the big deal? F6 is not possible. Oh, sorry, queen's hanging. F6 can be played. So then knight takes g3 happened. Rook takes check. So again, chaos. And at the end of all the chaos, Asmi is still a piece up. Asmi is a piece up, basically. Yeah, she ended a piece up. Now, rook c1, this is where Asmi should have just closed out that Yeah, just c5. You can't let the rook come in. Bishop a2. Bishop a2 is not good. She has to be rook a2 at least. If you're not gonna if you're gonna take the pawn, take with the rook because bishop is now great. And the rook is also great. The rook cannot leave this file. Rook a2 is such a simple move to find. She just played bishop a2. Not good enough. Knight g4, and now things are turning. Here, the last chance for her would have been to give up that pawn and not let the rook come in. Because with two pieces, it's okay. Nature is fine. Bishop is covering f7. It's all fine. But she went for h5, keeping the pawn. But then king moves and rook c7. Now it is totally difficult for her. Bishop g8. Okay, she still defends well. Knight takes, and after rook check, king moves, takes. He goes for the draw. Arjun decides correctly that he has to go for the draw. The two rooks can't do anything because he is a piece down. So he cannot take that risk, and he went for the draw. So that was a miss for Asmi, which would have just changed the whole tournament. But unluckily for her, she did not defend well. Fourth round, day two. This was a huge game because it was a long game and Arjun got a draw here. He was losing. Let's see, e4, e5. Arjun was black. Again, we have the Kiko piano. A very quiet. Arjun is not even playing bishop e6. I don't know why. Bishop b6, b4, tanks, castles. A quiet Kiko piano. Bishop b6. Everything got exchanged. c5 is a positional mistake. The d6 pawn is permanently weak. This is just a silly little move. Because now queen d3, rook d1, how do you even defend the pawn? Even knight b5 for good measure. Yeah, queen d3, knight moves, rook d1. Okay, rook f d1, all right. Again, he goes for f5. Every game, I think he's going for f5. Here it is bad. Here f5 has to be bad because the king side is too weak. You already played h6 and it's too weak. There is not enough firepower to play f5. Normally, when you have more pieces, you play f5. Here, let's see if the engine agrees with me. Yep, 5 plus 5. Seriously? How was it plus 5? Okay, first of all, let's see what the evaluation is. C5 would have been, yeah, it's equal. After C5, it's plus 1.2. And after the retreating move, it's plus 3. The position is just great. You're winning a pawn. F5. Queen D5 played. Takes. Queen G5. Okay, he's going for counterplay. The position is just gone. Positionally, he is going to get crushed because D6 is going to fall. So he goes for counterplay. B7. Why didn't she take on D6? Okay, with rook D8. And then B7. Takes. Rook D2. Rook E8. I don't know about Kavya's play here. She went after the B pawn. The piece is still not rook a7. Why not rook a7? What is wrong? Oh, because rook e1. Is rook e1 a big problem? Okay, just a pawn. But okay, rook e1 is a big problem because queen f4 comes. Yep, queen f4 and then g3, queen d2. Oh, rook hangs. Sorry. What am I saying? So rook is hanging after queen g5. So rook f2, rook de7, queen d5. Exchange offer declined. Knight moves in. Rook a6. Nice move there by Kavya. Going after the pawn. Takes. Wow, that's a nice move. Knight takes d5. She has calculated rook takes queen. Takes. Okay. Queen e5. Rook moves in. Queen check. Queen moves. Knight takes. Now it's a rook and queen endgame. Because the queen is covering this diagonal, rook check doesn't really do anything. Queen a6, c4. Check. Exchange. So queen endgame. And here Arjun gets back one of the pawns. Kavya is still a pawn up. Queen a1. And yeah, here Kavya had the win with queen e4, but she missed it. And now this was a big mistake by Kavya, getting the king up to g4. What's the king even doing there? And then she loses a pawn, it's all equal. Kavya could have taken the draw here with repetition, but she goes for the win. And now goes for this endgame, which is actually winning for, h5 was a, h5 is a huge mistake by Arjun. A terrible blunder. It's an endgame blunder. H5 just kills both your pawns. H5, H4, and these pawns are useless. The passed pawn that could have been created here with g5 is no longer possible because one pawn is killing both. So it's a huge mistake. You should have gone g5 or a5. But yeah, he goes h5, h4, a5. Now Kavya has found the win. Okay, she didn't even need to go for this king d5 and then go for. She would have gotten one time extra. Same mistake that happened in Asmi's game. I mean, Asmi's game it didn't matter, but here it matters. She would have been a tempo up if she had waited. Even here she's winning because the pawn is faster. But here she did not know the winning technique. The technique was just to get the king closer when the black king is forced in front. Like for example, here queen check, king moves, and then get the king. But she allowed this queen check. Yeah, she got closer. All good. Yeah, this was where it became a draw. Now whatever you do, you can't win this because it's an H pawn. Now round number five. Round number five, we have Arjun versus Sai Vibansh. Let's see how that went. D4, E5, knight out, D4. Scotch defense, Scotch game by Arjun. Okay, variety of openings by Arjun. Bishop E5, Bishop E3, D6, knight takes, 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 takes. So he got this position. This is supposed to be good for him because of the triple pawns. So D6 was a mistake, I guess. After Bishop E3, Black's main move should be Queen F6. After all this, it's a winning endgame because of the triple pawns and the d5. Rook f3, immediately going after the pawn. And you can't defend it. You can play f5, but that weakens the king even more. g4, he's going after that pawn. King moves, takes. But it's still equal, no? Why is the Indian giving so much advantage? Rook e1, yeah? Bishop g4, rook e3 or rook f7? Rook e3 was better, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah, he got a pawn and then... Okay, he didn't even go for the c pawn. Knight e4. Knight f6 check is mate. Quick game there. Sai Vibansh's opening just crumbled. Last round game, the crucial game that Arjun had to win to become the champion, to have a chance of becoming the champion. And this was a game that got him the championship. So e4, d4, d5. So it was a Slav defense by Arjun. c6 was played. And he went for queenside pawn pushes. Namida helped him a little bit with bishop takes. Now this is where Namida blundered. She allowed this to happen. And now Arjun has a winning move. Bishop d4 just wins a piece. c5, takes, and everything got exchanged. And since I've already covered this in another video, we'll go fast to the end. He just got the pawn stable there and then got the rook. And then with the nice tactic of d2, exchange of everything, cut off the king. The king can't do anything, not even giving the pawn, and mate. So that is how our champions tournament went. And he won the championship with two others, but with the better tiebreak.